Konnichiwa, YouTube. Welcome to the Geek All Father. I'm the Geek All Father. I just want to, we got to talk about Dragonball Super episode 66. Predictions from the last one, predictions for the next one, what happened in the episode, so we'll kick straight off. Number one, the last episode you find Goku, the end of it, shooting off a Kamehameha at the new god version of Zamasu, and he's just basically holding his own. His attack causes Zamasu to go, his body to mutate. I think that's the best way to describe it, which is very cool. But Zamasu's immortal, so he carries on fighting. Goku goes towards him, and Zamasu catches him, but Goku uses Koken, kicks him to the floor, which is when Gowasu explains that the reason why Zamasu, there's lots of Zamasu, Gowasus, hopefully there's no other Awasus in this, but Gowasu explains that because only half of his body is immortal, that means that the mortal black body, the weakness of that body, is having an effect on the immortal version of Zamasu. So I'm pleased to say that was one of my predictions. Somehow that immortality was not going to work the same way. So there it is, happy days. However, Goku and Vegito are now smashed up, they're beaten to shit. So they're sitting in a little hole while Zamasu does his little transformation thing and gets struck by the lightnings of justice. And Goku suggests Patora fusion as well. And Vegeta doesn't like it, he said he'd never do it again. But there's no other way to beat him. So they both take a Sensu Beam and they Patora, and we see Vegito. Now, the question I asked last time was, Patora is meant to be permanent, and it was explained in Dragon Ball Z when Goku and Vegeta were fighting Super Buu, that the fusion was permanent. However, because of the magics and the enzymes inside Buu's stomach, it dissolved the Patora. So how would they explain that? Because they're not going to get absorbed by Zamasu, and God damn, if they did, it would be terrible. But so how would they explain that? And Goku literally asked the question to Gowasu and said, "Listen, isn't Patora permanent?" And he said, "Only for Kaioshin. So non-Kaioshin, you get an hour." Which kind of points back to the Super Buu fight. If it took them more than an hour, because they were fucking around, they would have dissolved anyway, and it might have ended up different. But so they've got an hour as Vegito. So as soon as he turns up, he goes Vegito Blue, which is God Power Vegito, and they start having a fight. Now, one thing I've got to point out to you guys, and I don't know if you noticed either, for those of you who watch this and watch Super, is the animation now is very different from the traditional Dragon Ball Z kind of fighting. It's more, it leans more towards other animes. I don't know if I'm wrong, so hit me up in the comments box and tell me what you think about that, because I don't know if I'm wrong. But onto the fight. The fight was awesome, and they're really going at each other, to the point where Zamasu knocks Vegito to the floor, and he's about to stab him with his purple blade, but Vegito does the same thing. He's got his yellow blade, pierces him right through the chest, and they have a chat about, they're just there monologuing like they normally do. Vegito tries to point out that having a mortal body is a weakness, but Zamasu he says that Goku is the ultimate kind of sin, because he's the one who challenges gods. He's the mortal with that much power to outpower a god, that because he's got him inside him, he's done his job. He's ridded the world of someone like that. So that was cool. and then they carry on fighting. And Zamasu does this power up thing where he becomes like, I don't know, 10 foot tall, and he's a lot bigger, and his purple arm gets really hench, and his ring expands on his finger, but that's just a different thing. And then they carry on fighting, and Vegito unleashes the sickest, the best I've ever seen, Final Kamehameha, which is a mix between Final Flash and Kamehameha, and it was dirt. And he just blew it right towards Zamasu, but he survived it, flew up into the air. I'm basically telling you how the episode went. So pay attention. If you don't want to know the end, stop watching now. But at this point, Goku goes to punch him, and his fusion is split. And everyone's like, wow, it's not been an hour. The thing is, he's used all of his energy up. So there's the other way. To break the Patora is to run out of time, which puts him on par with Gogeta. Gogeta maybe had 10 minutes as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and an hour as Blue Vegito. Does that make Gogeta stronger? Does that make him more powerful? Hit me up in the comments. What do you think? Some people don't. Some people do. They also say that Gogeta is not canon, but I'm not interested in canon. I'm interested in the power levels of the characters. So is Gogeta stronger because he's got less time? That means he's got more power in the first place. I don't know. But it breaks their fusion, and they get knocked to the ground, and you think it's all over basically. But meantime, Trunks gets his sword back off of one of the little kids, and he puts his energy into rebuilding the blade, which I saw coming because he's looking at this broken blade. Everyone else so far is using kind of like power blades in the series, in this arc, sorry. And so he gets a yellow sword, and he goes off to fight Zamasu, and he powers up, and he starts fighting, and then all the people, all the kids are shouting out his name, and they input their energy into him, like so many times before in Dragon Ball versus Broly versus Bojack, whoever you want to fight, give each other their powers. And Goku and Vegeta do the same thing. His sword turns blue, and he eventually ends up stabbing Zamasu through the chest, and then cutting him right up from dick to top. He absolutely gets murdered. And that's the end of the episode. So really excited. Obviously the spoilers for the next episode are like, Trunks, you've done it really well, they've gone back to the future. Predictions, Beerus is going to find out about Vegito, so he's going to want to fight Vegito. There was a quick image of the Omni King Zeno, so he's going to appear. It's a bit late now, bruv, but he's going to appear. I assume that Goku, he wanted a friend. Goku couldn't spend so much time with him, so I assume that he's been hanging out with Gotenks. Gotenks is very playful, so it takes Gotenks away from fighting, but I assume that Zeno's been playing with Gotenks and building a relationship in that respect. So everyone's back to Earth and everything's returned to normal. All we've got to do now is get through some fillers until the next arc. And if the Zeno is there and he's been with Gotenks, I think it's now time to do multi-universe tournament. So return to Champa and maybe some other gods of destruction. A lot more Kais. And a lot more fighters. But now we've introduced Vegito, we've used Kaioken Super Saiyan God again. What is left to happen? Hit me up in the comments, see what you think, see if you've got any predictions. All of that stuff is good for me. If I've got anything wrong, let me know. If I've got anything right, let me know. Thank you so much for listening. I've been a Geek Father. Please like and subscribe. I've got some other videos on Dragon Ball Super. I've got some other videos on a bunch of stuff, so hit my channel up if you please. Peace out.